Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. It is Friday, so it is time for another menu plan, and I do have a grocery haul this time. I have a small Aldi haul and a medium-ish Costco haul to show you. As I was transferring my menu from my main menu monthly page to my weekly, I realized we are very, very pork heavy this week, and that's not like me. I try to do, beef and pasta and chicken and fish throughout the week. Didn't happen this week. It is like Porky Pig week in our house, but it is what it is. I'm not changing it. I'm just leaving it, and we'll adjust next week. So I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to show you what we are having for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. And I am going to show you those grocery hauls right after. Okay, for Sunday morning, I have out ? We may go out to breakfast, we may not. Honestly, I don't know. If we don't go out, we'll just come home and have eggs. We don't generally do lunch on Sundays. And then dinner, I'm gonna make baby back ribs with baked potatoes and a vegetable. Monday, oatmeal, some kind of oatmeal, either like a blueberry oatmeal or a chunky monkey oatmeal, whatever the spirit moves me that morning. A picky plate for lunch, and then dinner is garlic sausage pasta. Tuesday, a breakfast sandwich for breakfast, leftovers for lunch, and then for dinner, a ham loaf with sweet potatoes and a vegetable. Wednesday, yogurt and fruit bowls in the morning for breakfast, a turkey sandwich for lunch, and then a new recipe, chicken meatballs with orzo for dinner. And then on Thursday, eggs and potatoes for breakfast, a picky plate for lunch, and ground beef and noodles for dinner. Friday, pancakes and bacon for breakfast, tuna for lunch, and then dinner is going to be Dijon pork chops with potatoes and a vegetable. And then Saturday, actually this is wrong. I forgot to white it out. I am hosting a bridal brunch that morning at 11 o'clock. So there will be no breakfast or lunch in this house, and there probably won't be dinner. And there probably won't be pinochle. So ignore that day completely. It is totally up in the air. Depends on, what time the brunch is over and all that. So that is it. That is the menu for this week for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. And now let's look and see what we got at that grocery haul. So here is what I picked up at Aldi. I got bunch of bananas, 2 things of mushrooms, some cara oranges, some strawberries. They looked pretty good for not being strawberry season. Also picked up, the guys really like these Cosmic Crisp apples. So I picked up 2 bags of those because I think there's only about 5 apples in each one. And, well, we go through those in a week. Grab some celery, an 8-pound bag of russet potatoes, some romaine hearts, and that was it for the produce. And then I picked this up. I'm not gonna have time to make any baguettes, and we need it for a dip that I'm making, so just grabbed one of theirs. Grab some elbow macaroni, some of the shell pasta, egg noodles, a thing of sour cream. Picked up a peanut butter for Doug to take to work. This peanut butter does not need refrigeration. So he keeps this in his, I'm just making sure they didn't change it. He keeps this in his desk at work, in his little snack drawer. So that's why I don't send my homemade with him, because I like to keep that refrigerated. So he takes this to work. And then I picked up 2 of the shaved steak. I'm making some cheesesteak stromboli, and I know this sounds horrible, but I don't want to use we don't have a whole lot of the cheesesteak meat left from our cow, and I'd rather make like real cheesesteaks with that and not stromboli, so I picked this up to make cheesesteak stromboli. So that is it. That is my Aldi haul. I believe it was $58. I know like these were $6.50 each. The apples were $4 something each. I think these were $3.69. So it all adds up for sure, but those were the most expensive things. Here is our Costco haul. You know I love these Little Potato Company potatoes, the little duos. Grabbed a bag of those. Grabbed both purple and green grapes. A watermelon. And that was it for produce this time, which is, we usually have a lot more produce, but I just did that Aldi, so we should be good. I got 3 boxes of milk. There are 3 half gallons in each one. We go through so much milk making yogurt. Picked up a box of tuna. 10-pound bag of sugar. We're pretty good on sugar, but this will top off our storage bucket. Grabbed a double pack of pork tenderloin. We are almost through our half hog that we got in February, and we're out of tenderloin, so grab that. And you know this is the turkey breast we love to use for lunch meat, the oven brown turkey. We slice it up, vacuum seal it in like 1-pound packs, and then use that for sandwiches. Picked up a block of a Parmigiano Reggiano because mine's about half gone. Baby Bells were on sale. Really good price, like I think $5 or $6. So I grabbed those to throw in the guys' lunches. Bottle of vanilla. Case of diced tomatoes. We're getting low on the shelf, and soup and chili season is coming up. Grabbed some Kirkland butter. I call this my baking butter. If I'm baking for a bake sale or somebody, this is the butter I prefer to use. And then grabbed some grass-fed butter. This is the butter we eat. This is the butter we bake with. I still have a lot of Rumianos, but just in case I have a little bit of backup. Just grabbed a 20-pound pack of flour. There's 2 bags in there, each one 10 pounds. This is my preferred flour for my sourdough, the Kirkland All-Purpose Organic Unbleached. And this should fill up my buckets. I've been pretty slow using it lately. And then picked up 2 more bags of these. If you remember, we got these last time, and let me just tell you, amazing. So delicious and such clean ingredients. So this time I grabbed 2 bags of them. Picked up this 6-pack of organic pasta. Yes, I do make my own pasta, but I like having some dried on the shelf for those quick nights, especially this next month or so coming up. There's a lot of nights that we won't be home, and the guys can make these nice and quick. I'll have spaghetti sauce in the freezer that they can just thaw out and makes for a quick dinner. And these were a really good price. I'll show you my receipt when I'm done. Picked up another box of the Boulder Canyon single serve potato chips. I love the portion control, and I like to throw them in their lunch. Grabbed a box of the almond crackers. I think there's still 1 on the shelf, but I like to have more than 1 on the shelf because we go through these a lot. Haven't had any mixed nuts in a hot minute, so grab those. We used one of our Sietes that we bought last time, so I just replaced that. We bought this for the boys at Christmas time. We bought them a Sonicare. And Doug and I have been wanting one, and they were on sale for a really great price today, so we picked one up for us. And then last but not least, junk food, the Reese's Pumpkins. These are well loved in our house, and you know, once or twice a week, throw it in the boys' lunch for a little treat. And that is it. That is my Costco haul. Let me show you the receipt, but there are definitely, where'd the receipt go? There it is. There's some adjustments to the receipt. So here's the receipt, just in case you want to check out any individual prices on things. That way you have an idea if there's anything you're looking for. Okay, the Baby Bells, I was wrong. They were $8 or so, not $5. And so our subtotal was $420.90, tax $550, so $426.40, but $35 had to come off because it was not my stuff, it was my sister-in-law's. She also had some of the graham crackers and some milk, so minus $35 from that. And then we had our reward certificate from Costco. We are executive members, and what that means is we pay $60 for our membership instead of $40, but we get 2% back on all of our purchases. And Costco's rule is if you don't get at least a $60 certificate, if you don't get your money back, then they refund it. So we got $71.39 back. So hey, it's $11. I'll take it. So our total $355.01 minus $35. So right around $315, which honestly I didn't think was bad for all of this. Well, my friends, that is it. That is it for this week's menu planning video. I think it looks like a pretty good week. Like I said, very pork heavy, but easy. The ribs in the Instant Pot. The garlic sausage pasta is, you know, pretty much a one-pot meal. Ham loaf, mix up and stick in the oven. The chicken meatballs, that's a new recipe, so that'll be a little more, you know, challenging. And I don't have any ground chicken, so I will probably just put my attachment on the KitchenAid and grind the chicken myself. Never done that before, so that'll be something new. And then the ground beef and noodles, Doug has school on Thursday night. They're doing their practicum. He had some funny stories last night when he came home about their practicum. Nobody got it perfect, of course, and they don't expect them to. When Doug was practicing, he went over to proclaim the gospel and forgot to take the book of Gospels with him. You know, we have the big lectionary that has the whole Bible in it, like all the readings that we do. But there's a specific book that just has the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in it. So anyway, yeah, that is that. And that's it for this video, because I'll start chatting and not shut up. So I will definitely catch you guys in my next video, which will probably be a weekend vlog. Have a great one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.